Oprah said a mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside of you. My Taekwondo instructor, Master Saunders, he's my mentor, and he used to start his Taekwondo classes with attention in Korean. And then he would say, salute the flag in Korean and bow to your master. Kanye is bow, and we used to have to learn Korean words for our belt levels. Toastmasters taught me that both mentors and proteges learn new ideas and see varying perspectives. They find new methods of approaching situations and people. And my Taekwondo instructor in this next story I'm going to tell you really approached a situation in a different way. We were going out one night after a Taekwondo camp, and we were going to Goldeye's baseball game. And I was there with Miss Lazansky, and you call her Miss because she's the black belt. Well, she was training for nationals at that time, and she was on a very strict diet. Now, Master Saunders was nowhere to be seen in this baseball diamond. And Miss Lazansky and I and some of the girls walked by the Boston Pizza kiosk. And Miss Lazansky knew the lady working at the kiosk. And remember, she's on this strict diet, and the lady's like, here, do you want all this pizza? She was closing up for the night, and she was giving her all of her free leftovers. Well, Miss Lazansky looks for Master Saunders, and she can't find him. And then she hums and haws over whether she should eat and indulge in this piece of pizza. And she hides around the corner and she smacks down a piece of pizza. Well, on the way home that night, us girls were driving in a different car. And Miss Lazansky got a voicemail on her cell phone, and it was Master Saunders saying, nom, 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 with a bunch of chewing noises. So he would discipline us, but sometimes he had humor attached to it. I was definitely a protege, and Master Saunders was my mentor, both mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Physically, you might say, oh yes, he was like a coach, but he was more than a coach. He would talk to us about diet plans and tell us to exercise out of class. And he made us battle. He wanted his women to be so strong that we would have to fight with men in our sparring class. And we would go home and we would get bruises from our classes, but it made us both physically and mentally stronger. Mentally, he wanted us to respect elders. And he always taught this to us. And he would teach us life lessons in classes to make us mentally stronger. He would say, if one door closes, you have to kick another one open. It's a new opportunity. Or if you have an obstacle in your way, you have to adapt to the obstacle and you have to overcome it. And mentally, this always opened my eyes to new ideas, and it would make me mentally much stronger. Emotionally, he was there for me a lot of the time. But I remember one specific time I came into class and I had just dropped out of a photography class and I was upset and I didn't know what to do in my life. And he said, well, maybe you could go into nursing. My friend always calls me with all these cool stories from the States about nursing. And I was like, well, I don't want to go into nursing. My mom's a nurse. And he said, well, what about nutrition? You could help me with those diet plans. And soon after that class, I went home and I was looking up nutrition classes. And I was soon after that enrolled at the University of Manitoba in nutrition. And I did help give him tips sometimes on stuff that I would learn in class. Now, spiritually, I felt like Taekwondo was my church, just so much in the way that I was preached at. He would always have life lessons, and my instructor was a transformational leader. So he would take me beyond an area of interest to identify a change. So one time in class, I remember I was having problems with a jealous boyfriend. And Master Saunders was so in tuned that he would know what was going on in our lives without us ever telling him anything. And that was the beauty of it. And he said during that class, people can only drag you down for so long before you have to let them go. And soon after that, I broke up with my jealous boyfriend. Now, Master Saunders really did inspire hope in me, and he did it mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And I'm so happy for his mentorship and for his attention. Thank you.